Okay, so we're going to do a bit of C-section work here now. It's always a good idea to start distal away from the C-section. If you want to, you can do a bit of abdominal massage first. You can watch my other video to see how to do that. But it's once you've done that, you want to come and just do a bit of work sort of above the scar to begin with anyway. So we'll start with just some nice circles. I'm just going to get a bit more wax here. But you can use anything, coconut oil, anything you've got in the house, baby oil, whatever works. Just don't make it too slimy. You want some grip. You want to be able to feel what you're working through. So just start with some nice circles above. You can use both hands. Working right from hip to hip here. So I'm going quite fast at the moment. And I might just go a little bit more slowly, a little bit more specific. Feel into that scar tissue. Easing into where I can feel the tension. Remembering to use my belly breath. Some nice specific circles. And then we're going to use some shearing. So we're just going to take our hands and just go side to side of the tissue. So if your scar isn't quite healed yet, but it's, you know, you're a few weeks post-op, this is a nice way to work to help promote recovery because you're away from the scar, the superficial scar itself. So you're not going to do any damage there, but it's a nice way to sort of promote recovery and get started on your scar massage. So side to side, then we can go up and down. So we're getting through all those other layers of scar tissue here. Obviously we have our superficial scar, and then we have the scarring through the other layers of the abdomen they've cut through to get through to the womb. And these scars aren't always just on top of each other, so it's worth bearing in mind that they could be in other places here. And you can quite often, if you feel and slowly work, you can feel where the scarring is. I can certainly feel mine here. So just side to side, up and down. And then we're just going to do that technique right through the scar itself. Again, remember, it does need to be healed to do this. So please, at least 8 weeks post-op, and just make sure there's no scabbing anymore or anything, and you're happy that it's healed. So you want to just take your hands onto your scar itself. So I'm just going to work here so you can see, but you know, you're going to be working on the scar itself really. So again, you just want to start with those really nice specific circles. So you're going to work along the length of the scar, just really nice and specific with your finger. You can use both fingers, just doing some really nice specific little circles. And then you can do that shearing again. So again, so we're going along, pretending we're along the length of the scar here. We're just going side to side. Right along the scar there. And up and down, so moving the scar. And then we want to just pull apart the scar here as well. So we're trying to just get more movement through it. So basically we're going to be doing this kind of movement through it, this sort of thing. So we're going to do it's nice to do it quite generally and then do it quite specifically. So I like to use my full hand first. So I'm going to come onto my scar itself here. And then what we're going to do is just going to pull away from the scar, just in nice different directions, get some nice stretching through there. And then we can do it along the length of the scar itself. So we're just going to hold and just slide along, hold and slide along, hold, slide along. You can see all right here. So I'm just sort of locking my hand in and then sliding along right into the hip. And also we can work in towards the scar as well. So it's a nice way to promote healing, bring new tissue, and also if a scar's quite indented, it's a nice way to help lift that scar up. So you just want to take your hand and just slowly just work into the scar. And you can do it below as well. So you just, exact same thing, you're just working up towards the scar as well itself. And you should be able to feel that scar tissue there. That's where mine is particularly, but you know, particularly wherever you're feeling your scar tissue, but just be able to feel it and just work into it a little bit more where you're feeling those tensions. Okay, then we're just going to do like a lock and hold. So you take your hand onto your hip. So you apply a little bit of pressure into the scar and then just drag the tissue. It's sometimes easier to do this with a bit of fabric. So just sort of take it and then lock the tissue. And then just take the other hand, just slide it along to stretch the scar. So again, in and lock and slide along. In, lock, slide along. The full length there. Okay, and we want to just lift the tissue. So we're trying to get more movement in the scar, but also separate it from the tissues below. So I'm going to demonstrate it here so it's a bit easier for you to see. But I want to gather around the scar. So really, I want to get right under and above. You see mine there, and it's quite difficult sometimes. You want to sort of gather it below and lift like this. But so I'll just show it here. So gather and lift up through the tissue. So you're gathering and lifting and just mobilizing to see if you can just bring that tissue up to the surface. And again, just do that right along the length of your scar. Sometimes it's easier to gather it a little bit more this way. So I'll gather it that way. And almost like a little pinch and then pinching it up. And then just remembering that it's important to work right down into the pubic bone as well. Our rectus abdominis muscles insert in here. And obviously they get cut through during a C-section. So we want to just find the pubic bone and then just come slightly above it and just making sure you're just applying a little bit of pressure down through there, easing into that tissue. Then we can do the same techniques again, so you can do some little circles. And then the shearing, so the side to side, and the up and down. And remembering our ball as well, so we can always use the ball, same thing, scrubbing. So again, I'm just above that pubic bone. And then some little circles as well. So a bit of pressure and twisting both ways.